Hello, and welcome back to Brit Reviews It All. So today I am coming back with the next episode for Teen Mom, the next chapter. So it is season 2, episode 4. It's called Get Me Off This Roller Coaster. So I'll read the summary that's on my TV. It says Jade and Sean's newlywed bliss ends as they homeschool Chloe. Macy gives Bentley his first driving lesson. Cheyenne and Corey clash over holiday plans. Leah finds her dad a treatment center. Alright, so I'll start with Leah. So with her situation on this particular episode, it was pretty much just showing us what we already know, what has been going on, which is what's going on with her dad, him trying to get sober and stay sober this time. So I guess it's not really much more to say about that. I mean, Leah's just kind of supporting her dad, and she's with her and her sister. They're, trying to be there and do this together, in hopes that down the line he will be in a space to where he will be able to build his relationship, build up the trust and relationship with his children, but also more so he can be involved with his grandchildren. So there's that. As far as the Macy goes, the only thing that was really stuck out to me with this episode was that she was working with Bentley on him learning to drive and taking the I don't think he was doing the official test. I don't know. I can't really remember because it was just like, okay, he's learning how to drive. This is great, milestone. Obviously he's gonna want to get his permit, so he has to take the test for that. So I'm assuming that's pretty much what was going on with that part, with her for this. Let's see. Jade and Sean. So apparently there has been something going on with Chloe's schooling, where they said that she was obviously experiencing some kind of bullying. Something was going on. She was had situations where there were reports of her acting out. My light is very Don't worry about it. I ain't going to turn the light on. I normally don't have any lights on. It's okay. Anyway, so her and Sean were basically put into a scenario where they pretty much had to pull her from the school because she would come home crying. This is according to to Jade, saying how she doesn't like the school and for various reasons. So as a parent, I can totally understand if you've tried, you talked to the teacher, you talked to whoever you needed to talk to, and nothing seems to be changing with your child's experience with school. So they decided to take her out and homeschool her. So my first thought was probably not the best idea with the both of those two, because I feel like their patience wouldn't be there in the space that it would take to keep her on track and to teach her, and that she's not falling behind. Honestly, and it's just my opinion, I don't know, but I feel that maybe Chloe was probably just kind of just don't like school. Maybe she just doesn't like school. She doesn't want to do certain things, and so she's complaining, finding ways to get around having to actually do schoolwork, go to school. I don't know. That is just my opinion. I do not know for sure. But they, in the end, came to the conclusion that the homeschooling process is just not going to work for them, their relationship in relation to trying to work with teaching Chloe, because of the scene that we saw. And this is something that I thought that they were informed to work on when they were on the Teen Mom family reunion vacation thing. One of the things that the docs told them was, Jade, you're going to have to fall back and allow Sean to step up. And I felt like he was trying to do that with the homeschooling, but she did what she always do, which is to jump in and take control, because it's like, no, I like my way better. I'm going to do it this way. You didn't even let him try in the way that he was doing it. And if that didn't work, then say, okay, well, you know what? It doesn't look like she's kind of responding to that way, but let's try this way. Let's see if it works. So they were pretty much going back and forth right then and there. So I was like, yeah, no. See, so Jade, you're still doing the same thing. But anyway, also in this episode, we are getting some more information as to what is going on with Briana, Brittany, and her mom. That relationship. Um, Thumbs up to Briana. She bought a home. She's a homeowner now. That's awesome. It's like with the with the opportunity that some of these ladies are being provided, majority of them are doing what they're supposed to do with making their money work for them, whether that's having extra jobs on the side, in and also having the paychecks that they get from doing the show. They are doing things with their money. They're not just out here and not doing nothing and have nothing to show for it. We're seeing what some of the ladies are doing with themselves, and they are doing really good. But yes, so back to Briana, Brittany, her mom. Apparently, with their relationship, it has been really rocky lately. I think now that the girls have gotten older, they've moved out and moving on into their own space, and now their mom is left with just herself and her thoughts and having to just be by herself. They are not able to, they're not living together like they used to. I knew when that was starting to take place that I knew that it was going to be an issue, because that mom has always been so involved and so present in every little thing within Brittany and Brianna's life, and her grandchildren. So obviously, with her having extra time on her hands and not having to be as involved with what Brianna and everybody else got going on, it's been some things happening. So the mom and Brittany, obviously, they've gotten into a place where she's gotten, I don't know, she threw something at her or something, and she did it in front of Brianna's children. I thought that was not okay. The girls should not grow up seeing those types of things and starting to think and start to think, oh, that's normal. It's not. So good idea for Brianna to eventually, we're going to see where she's going to tell her she's not going to be able to be around the girls. You got to get yourself together, which is very true. Your mental state is not doing well. You got to take care of yourself now. Your girls, they're growing up. They're grown now. They're more stable as far as being able to take care of themselves. Brittany's over here with the whole fiance planning a wedding. Brianna's over here in her own space, new homeowner. She has her 2 girls. She's working. She's doing her thing. So you got to take care of yourself. So come to find out that she has been on drugs. She's been on drugs. And so now she's taking methadone. And obviously Brianna and Brittany had no idea that all of this was going on, because the looks on their faces and Brianna's reaction, just like, it was just like, what the heck? So we will have to see what happens with them. That's a very sucky thing to hear, even though I've always felt like they were all unstable, besides them having all of them having a diagnosis of being bipolar. I do not use that as a means to say, oh, they're crazy. No, that is not what I mean. I'm just in the way that they, from what we see on the show, it just does not show them in the greatest light. It always shows them crying all the time. I don't know what it is, but obviously it's the way that they were raised. I mean, I think it speaks for itself. I'm not going to say anything else about that. I'm going to move on. Moving on. Other thing that was going on in this episode, it wasn't really very eventful episode. It was just pretty much like, this is what's going on with this girl. This is what's going on with this girl. This is this girl's storyline. This one we got to see Cheyenne, Zach, and Corey. Corey, you were wrong. He planned a trip for the Christmas break for him, his girl, and his children. He also wanted to include Ryder in that, which is totally understandable, to go to, I think it's Michigan, to go um, spend the holidays with them out there for Christmas. So she gets to be around his side of the family. Um, he waited until the last minute to pretty much say something to Cheyenne about it, even though you had already mentioned it to Ryder. So Ryder knew about it already, but you hadn't talked to Cheyenne. And come to find out, as far as the planning goes, yeah, he had everything planned. He had Ryder a ticket, so he pretty much was basically saying, I want her to go. I already got her stuff, and you need to say yes to this. Um, and then, but he had already planned it months ago. I think he said like 3 months prior. I think that was really jacked up, and I totally understand Cheyenne's first reaction. Um, because now, when it comes to the Christmas holiday, that gets tough when you're co-parenting. I totally get it. Um, However, like he said, it's always you basically say, hey, we're going to do this. He rolls with it. I love that her mom had to kind of bring her to that. Like, hey, he's just asking for this one thing. He did not go about it correctly, but I think for the most part, you can at least grant him this one thing, even though it's going to take Ryder away from you for Christmas for the first time. But when it comes to the co-parenting scenario, these are the types of things that are going to come up. Um, and and it's unfair for you to always want to keep Ryder all the time, and he wants to also have her when he's doing things family related. She's with her side of the family all the time, especially for holidays. So, you can roll with it for this one. But expect him moving forward. He needs to communicate and kind of let you know what's going on, and y'all work it out like that. But I'm happy that eventually she ended up saying yes. I think it would have really boiled down to what Ryder said. But when she said she was excited and she wanted to go, that kind of was the nail in the coffin on that. Um, yeah, because at first she was just like, oh, I'm just like, F him. I'm just like, no, you really didn't like the idea of her not being there for Christmas for the first time. I get it. I do. But I think Corey's been a great dad, good co-parenting skills, except for the way he went about this. He knew what he was doing, and it just wasn't right. But you could let him have that one. You can't expect to have Ryder all the time for every single holiday, or you split and you do this, and then you come and get her for this. It's like, that's a lot. That's a lot. It really is. It's crazy. But yeah. Other than that, that was all that was really going on this episode. It really wasn't a lot. They're showing that on the next episode, we're gonna get to see some updates with Amber. We will get some updates on what's going on with Ashley. I think that was it. I don't recall seeing any other clips of anybody else. Probably, and Briana. They're supposed to bring that back around and get some updates on what's going on with her storyline. So we shall see. Oh, and what's her name? Is it Cheyenne? No, not Shy. Mackenzie. Mackenzie. We'll get to see what's the update with Mackenzie. So yeah, that's all I have. Or is it Michaela? Baby, look, it started with an M. Her. Whatever her name is, her. But yeah, so that's all I have for this episode review. I want to thank you for watching. I will be back with more. Hopefully the next episode will be a little bit more exciting, a little bit more to really talk about, really get into. Please hit the like button and also the subscribe button. And thank you again for watching. Bye.